the night, the city lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on. Open your eyes and see the people chanting.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second part of match day number 6. We're up in the veteran tier now, one of the higher tiers in RSC for double commit versus Giraffes. I almost put double commit against their own franchise, which would have been one of the faux pas I've ever heard. And I am K-Vox as usual, and with me is someone with a personal connection to this matchup, Carnage. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Franchise overall is doing good. So, coming in here hoping double commit doesn't falter here. We've been doing pretty good against display. Happy birthday to you. But I mean, let's not sleep on the Giraffes. This team is always some way, somehow gonna find a way to take some games and even take a series.
That's what the long necks are for, stealing the leaves that think they're out of reach, and sometimes the leaves are cars.
Yeah,
I'm
hopping into this one.
mhm.
Double commits, like I said, like I was telling you, they are formerly known as Berserkers, back-to-back semifinalists. But every single season, I blow up my roster and I get new players in here.
Makes sense. Keep the blood flow going, keep everything moving, keep the fresh talent supplied. But that's a good legacy for a system to have when they're running. When you are able to put up that kind of consistent performance, even if you don't keep the same roster, it carries down. It trickles down a bit. The institutional knowledge is there, the experience is there. And from your experience with this franchise thus far, what are you expecting from Double Commit tonight?
What I'm expecting here is just like any team coming up here, even from the Giraffes. Like you're getting on stream, do not let game one shake you just because you got tens and thousands of fans, your GM casting displays of watching the Giraffes. That scares people in game one. And, it's a little bit different from the first game where it's not a 2v3, they're coming out 3v3. But, sometimes it feels like a 2v3 or somebody just a little too rattled entering the game.
Do you know anything of giraffes firsthand? Have you played with them, scrimmed with them? Have you scouted them at all? Does Double Commit do that?
I've scouted a couple of them. Like I've seen Ikigai and Ken Whiffey, both players I had on my board actually, like just going into the season. But this play always one up in me. But it's going to be a good one. Like I said, both teams, both rosters are, I say, built very identical in my case. But I don't know. We'll see how that game goes. They can always be built identical, and then somebody just comes out and just has a field
Yeah.
day. But I do want to see a super sub. We always love a super sub win out here.
I'll be interested in that, and I'm interested in looking at the stats and how the teams stack up as we get prepared to take the pitch, because it's going to be an interesting story when we look at what's on the board right here. That is a pretty dramatic difference in records, 7-13 versus 11-9, but some of these stats are pretty similar. Similar shot percentage, for example, of only a small gaps in assists. What I'm interested in, though, is the sheer amount of goals conceded from double commit. I'm sure you have some firsthand experience with that. Have you been working with the team on this at all?
Yeah, Lad as the captain, we've talked about a couple things. Had to make a change. I believe it was around the second to third match day, so they're still catching their footing. So it's a little bit of a tough stretch, but in terms of just how both teams are going about it, I believe the last time I checked, both their strengths of schedule is none of them are below .500, so they're having a pretty tough time going to it. But like I said, the stats for a draft, it leans all the way to the drafts. I mean, look at the shots. They don't shoot in high volumes, but when you don't give up a lot of goals, you're gonna win a pretty decent amounts. Versus double commit, I mean, 67 saves is not the worst, but when you get scored on about 49 times, it's gonna be a very interesting thing. But the shooting percentage is almost dead even. That's where we're gonna start seeing exactly how far apart these teams are because the record never truly gives out who how things are supposed to play. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, like I said, high shot volumes doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win the game.
Yeah, and I also like the seeing of those assists right there. 25 assists with 38 goals. That suggests to me a team pretty heavily reliant on teamwork. 19 and 28 on the season for Giraffes. That's going for their goals scored and number of assists. I'm very interested in seeing this. This seems like almost more of a sniper team in Giraffes versus a bit more of a swarm from double commit. But, my word is just being a caster, a handsome man on a microphone. I'd like to see you in chat making those predictions, all 45 or so of you, as we get ready to take the pitch, because this is going to be very exciting. I know I always say that, but that's what this esport is. Best esport on this green earth, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a pretty interesting game. I think we got everybody in here. Like they're running a little bit of time, so we're just gonna let them know to go ahead and start joining
Hmm.
up. But game one prediction for you, who you got taking it? Because game one always kind of has more momentum and weight behind it.
Just so that I deflect any accusations of caster bias, since I have the GM in the booth with me, I'm going to go Giraffes this time. Because I think that careful approach that I'm seeing from them and those long necks are going to win out in this first feeling out period.
Yeah, going into like they don't want to be too biased, but I think they're going to OT. I think they're both going to have 2 goals apiece going into overtime. I don't think I'm seeing any nerves. All these players looking at them, they have some experience in the RSC. I'm pretty sure each one of them has played at least one stream match. So we're gonna get right into it. It's gonna be Lad versus Vera. Ball goes straight into the blue half. Quick up is Ikigai. We got a double commit already, but Ikai's gonna get right back to it. It might be a double down.
Oh!
And instantly a goal from Ikigai. What a read off a team bump to a goal.
Yeah, a bit of an aerial collision there that was already intended as an aerial pass straight to Ikigai, but they were a little over-eager on that. Still, is it really bad over-eagerness if it still works out? Right now, they are actually taking a very aggressive start. I thought that it was going to be double commit who'd be the more aggressive ones, but Giraffes are surprising me with this.
Surprise indeed, but luckily they don't give up 2 quick goals. Vlad had puts one. Vera only had 1 boost to his name, but didn't have to make a save for it. Blue's gonna recollect it, gets the boost. Vlad gets around 1, but Vera will steal it off the back, but pay for it with a bump. Burrito, big miss on the back, gonna go up top. Hanada's trying to control it. Ikigai is not gonna let him get out for free. Vera collecting it, booms it all the way back down the field. Blue is in a difficult position here. Here comes a shot from Vera, blocked away from Lad. Another pop-up by Ikigai trying to get them out. Lad doesn't have any boost, but the bar is the 4th man in this one, and double commit survive.
Very fast-paced start to everything on the evening thus far, as right now we are seeing Vera try to set something up, sends it up to Ken Whiffey Jr., who's trying to carry it on the wall. He gets bumped. He loses the ball because that bump disrupts him. Ikigai gets it into the air. That's intercepted by Hannah. Hannah's carrying it on. Drills it. That's going in. That's not going in. It's too wide. Ken Whiffey Jr., he knows what he's doing picking that name. He did that to trip us up, if you ask me. I am not fooled by him. He gets that up off the wall. Hannah is circling through midfield, trying to prevent another shot on goal, watching for Vera, watching that, gets the touch, sends it midfield, sends it on a long clear. That's another aerial touch going on, and a lot of lobs just going clean over and across net. They need to tighten up their coordination here to turn this into a serious threat, because there's no second man coming in to knock it in. The ball is just arcing over or across.
Over across blue. Lad trying to hunt somebody down, can't get there. Grenade has enough boost in the tank. Mike can even go solo here. Ken and Whiffey had no boost, only if they knew. Bumped one out. Orange is now having to face the pressure. Double commits, keeping the ball, keeping the boost pad. They're searching. Whiffey's looking for a small pass, but it's going to be an open net from Ikigai off a clearance off the right wall. Double commits got caught too far up.
That was perfect. That started with that infield pass that was played off the wall. That is what allowed that goal right there. That first infield pass on the ground.
Gonna have a kickoff here. Double commits need to get something going. It's not like they don't have the offensive approach. They just haven't put it too many dangerous on. Burrito up in the air, gonna keep going. Double from Grenade, tries to put it down there. It's living up to the name. Double commits. Vera chasing it down. Giraffes looking for one. Vera doesn't have enough boost to try to get the bump. Double fake. It's gonna be a goal for Karen Whiffey. A lot of traffic and had to make a guess here and guess wrong.
Yeah, that was actually a decent fake because you see Ikigai going up for it, and that gets the defender to go after him. Ikigai disengages, allowing for Ken Whiffey Jr. to finish.
On the finish, and this is where Double need to stabilize. This might be the stabilizing goal, and it might not get them all the way back into the game, but it's a start. With 2 minutes and 23 seconds, that's what you want, a kickoff goal. Listen, if a second one goes in within the next 10 seconds, Giraffes might be on their hooves, I believe. I don't think they have heels. I'm going to go with the hooves.
They have hooves.
Yeah.
Can we get a chat poll about what Giraffes have? I'm pretty sure it's hooves. Right now, Ikigai does not care what Giraffes have as long as it is a shot on goal. Gets it off the wall. Had a bit of a teammate bump there. Gets in his own team's way for a second. Steals some boost. Lad's trying to scoop up the ball. He's trying to get it past. That's Vera. Sorry. Had to dry throat for a second. Ikigai gets it up. That's about to waterfall in. It's on the bar. Ikigai tries to tap it in, but it's saved.
Saved away in blue now, looking for boost themselves. Giraffes are slowly closing down to double. What a read from Lad. Now the Orange has to run back. Kenway will get the boost and will take the ball. Grenade won't let him get out for free. Lad chasing a man down. Vera almost gets beat there. Burrito has to try to stabilize here. Blues trying to go back and regain all the boost from the middle and the back boost. Lad on the ground keeps Ken Whiffey honest here. Demo in the back half cannot lose this one. They don't know that they don't have boost. There's a double bump in the back. I think there's a respawn, and now they're out of position. Grenade tries to lay off the Burrito, but there's not going to be enough. Oh. It was open, but it's just a little bit too far on his nose, and that was the one that double commits was needed there.
I really liked the thinking there. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Lad passed that to Ken Whiffey, who own goaled it! Oh my! That does not feel good.
Does not feel good at all. They K-Vox. I've been told many times not to flip back on defense. I understand it now. I see it. But luckily they have the goal cushion, so the Giraffes don't need to panic here with just a minute to go.
I'm very interested in seeing how they rally from that, actually, because their defensive rotations and general team coordination seem fairly tight. Lots of connecting touches, lots of backing each other up. They're generally not too far away from each other to assist, as you can see from their midfield presence right here. So I'm very interested in seeing if they can just get back on their game, keep playing their way, which it seems like they're doing so far. Burrito sends it up. He's trying to win the aerial 50, gets it by Ken Whiffey on the ground, but Vera clears it. Hannah misses it. That's an open backfield. The defenders are racing back. Burrito's in position he doesn't need to be. Graphic Gem in the corner. 2 Giraffes chasing it. Vera sends it upward, sends it skyward, tries to play up the wall. Lag is there. Oh my, Lad, I'm sorry, not lag. He does not play with any lag at all. Vera's racing the ball. Vera's got it. Ken Whiffey prevents the 0-second goal. 7 seconds left to get something going for double commit. I don't think it's going to happen. I do not think my prediction was wrong. This is going to touchdown, and Giraffes take game 1 in very interesting fashion.
Very interesting indeed. You got the Giraffes call right. I didn't get I did not get the overtime, but the 3-2 still kind of stands. We just didn't go to that overtime. But Giraffes coming out hot with that first goal and then picking them apart like they're just easy 50s following each other. But then they got a little bit scared at the very end. Like I said, that own goal almost surged them comes back into it. But I'm saying Ikigai 2 for 2. That what the first goal was just nasty. If that's not clip of the week, I don't know what is. Because you got to recover from an accidental team bump and read it correctly and still put it past the defender that's waiting right under you.
That's something that I'm definitely seeing in Giraffes. They coordinate very well, but sometimes they seem to get overeager on the play and they start clumping together and bumping into each other and getting in each other's way. That's pretty typical of, I'd say, below champ or so, below grand champ certainly, and sometimes even up there. You see plenty of stuff like that even in the highest ranks sometimes. But I'm very interested in seeing how Double Commit can exploit this if they can as a way to get back into this. Because Burrito just had one hell of a long range shot, but Lad tricked Ken Whiffey Jr. into own goaling. That suggests something interesting about how Double Commit can move the ball.
Oh, most definitely. And then I'm just gonna say shout out to I believe that's Vera, over 50 touches, doubling some play or almost doubling some players, but also having more than double digits. Just means Giraffes aren't just booming this ball; they're holding on to it, and Vera's making sure they don't get too caught out here. Won't be another goal within the first 5 seconds like last time. The Giraffes are going right back to work. Tries to get one in. Vera can't beat him. Lad might have an open goal. Can he get it? No, he's going to hit up the bar, but he's going to put that in for free. There won't be an open goal missed today.
That's how you know a player knows how to play when they're good at finishing their own plays. And that is a massive offensive overcommitment from Giraffes. I would not be surprised if they were encouraged by their performance last game and really tried to come out a lot more aggressive, as you see with Ikigai getting this demo. Vera clues the ball away, sends it back down. It's going up the wall for Ken Whiffey, who carries it along, sends a defender flying. Lad goes butt over tea kettle. I don't think I'm allowed to say what I wanted to say there. The FCC might be watching. Lad's waiting for it, circling forward. He's following up on Hannah. That's probably meant for him. That's going backwards, though. Can Ken Whiffey get to it? He can't. Burrito has a shot. Ken Whiffey has a demo. Burrito sends it up. The midfield challenge isn't going to work out. Burrito tries to send it back. It's wrestled away from him. Lad comes in to challenge, gets it away. He's circling around a bit. Burrito has a lane. He doesn't have one after the double commit. Ironic. Right now, Burrito, though, is trying to get this out of Ken Whiffey Jr.'s hands. Ken Whiffey gets it by, but Hannah knocks it away. Burrito goes for it, can't get it. This is turning into a bit of a battle in the corners. As you see it, goes straight into the opposite pocket.
Opposite pocket. This game's a little bit different from the last. Actually, Giraffes might get one for free. No, it's going to be hit a little too soft. And a grenade was going supersonic, never going to beat him there. Ball is knocked away. But before the goal almost went into the net, or ball almost went into the net, it's actually going to be another shot here. Blocked by Burrito, 0 boost save. Double commits are hanging on by the rubber of their tires. Ken's going to get the one for free, but doesn't get the right pop when he gets the double. But we'll get a double pass. Vera knocked away from that one. Burrito knocked away. That was the Giraffe's chance. Burrito was just trying to hold on to the ball. And going back to what I was... Again, I'm really trying to say both teams are actually having a different approach. Going for 50s, looking for a double tap, but Grenade's not going to be able to hit it. Neither will the Giraffes, but it's going to be a shot. This one finally finds the back of the net. And we're looking for where they're going to actually get one in. They finally do. Ken puts it just out of reach, and Burrito, this time, the post doesn't help him.
That was just an awfully powerful shot. That was incredibly fast. Burrito picks a slightly too late time for his jump. That's what I think it mainly was. He had the chance to get the stop on that, and he did get a great stop earlier, but that just came in so hard, there's not a whole lot you can do. Vera fresh off a boost robbery. Ken Whiffey Jr. sends it up ahead. Lad's trying to shatter the defense. He's trying to steal some boost. Vera's going up. Does she have a lane? She doesn't. Burrito swats it out of the air. There's Whiffey again. Ikigai sends it in. That's getting bounced off the wall. That's going for Vera. Ken Whiffey's following it. Ikigai playing third man. Going around for it, watching what Lad does. Lad plays it off the wall. That goes for Hannah. Hannah can't get a bumper on it. Burrito sends it off the wall. That's going straight to Vera. Burrito has it again. He challenges. Ken Whiffey Jr. gets it by him. Gets it by Lad. Gets the lane. That's wide!
just raw wide, and so far the Giraffes are being able to kind of peek downfield, two in the back, one stealing boost, but Grenade trying to do it himself, can't do it. Lad to Grenade gets bumped by Ken, or was it the other way around, but gets the 100 boost, looking for a flip reset, fakes the pass as well, but Burrito couldn't read it. Ikigai 0 boost and a dream, can't dunk it through, but Ken whiffing for the shot, no inside pass, Vera has no boost, and it's one of those things that you need to pick up the 4 boost. Vera missed 2 pads that may come back to bite him. Lad dunked it straight into the other net. Grenade trying to be comfortable here. Throws it to the backboard. Do we see a double? No. Ikigai coming from nowhere. Both teams are being very reckless trying to get to the goal, and that's not saying that they're going to get punished for it, but if somebody just peeks downfield just a little bit sooner, it might be an open net. Lad waiting up there. Ken Whiffey just sees him late. Has to go for the save. Ikigai going straight for the boost. Vera's going to try to pass it off the sidewall. Grenade will pick that up. Does follow. No follow here. Burrito will follow. Vera knocks it down. And so far, now we're starting to get this midfield battle. Somebody has to break free. And so far, Orange is only booming it as far as the next man. Here comes Grenade. Infield pass. No one's on the backside. And so far, both teams have had their setups, but for what is worth, the third man do not want to overcommit, but there was a time and place to do so, and that was it for double commits, and the same for Giraffes.
Vera almost gets an angle there. It's knocked away. The game doesn't quite credit that with a save, but I'll credit with the one in my heart as we go towards the last 30 seconds of regulation. Ken Whiffey Jr. sets it up for Vera. Vera gets blocked by a Lad. Ken Whiffey Jr. sends it up again. It's going in again. It's off the crossbar. Is it in? No! Whoa! What a save! But Ken Whiffey Jr. another save from Burrito!
Some people are just naturally better, and I'm going to assume Burrito is just naturally a better defender, because there's no way you're that calm under pressure, and so far it's like we're going to go to a very strict OT, but the double Q's going to keep it up here. Giraffes are just trying to make sure not to open up any holes. There's infield pass, and Lad almost had that one for free. Overtime.
Overtime might be one of the most stressful things in all of Rocket League, especially when you have two teams who are happy to throw all 3 cars at the goal at once. Ikigai plays off the wall, looking for Whiffey. Ikigai gets the pass from Whiffey, misses it though, can't get the touch. This is racing down the other end. Lad is going for it. Is it open? It's not. Vera gets it away. Ikigai chases it down, brings it upwards, passes it inwards. Vera's got the look, doesn't have the shot. Burrito goes for it, gets it by Whiffey, can't get it by Ikigai. Ikigai chases it. It's going down again. Ikigai gets it up. Lad sends it back skyward. Whiffey's going for it. That's an open look. Can it turn into a shot? It can. It's pitched the wrong way around. 45 seconds. Are we going to see a multi-minute overtime here in match day number 6?
So far, both teams are showing their nerves of steel, but now we got a double whip. Burrito can just have to outplay him. Here goes Lad. Oh no, Grenade's gonna go up first. Tries to get him awkward here. Lad coming in next. Burrito needs to be careful. Cannot whip this one. Just a nice calm hit over. Whiffey's gonna try to go up. Whiff has a lot of boost in the tank. Goes to one. Ikigai already pre-jumped him. Missed it. Now we got a double commit for the other team. And here comes Orange trying to slow him down. Will be Vera. Vera being that rock behind him. But Burrito, 45 boost in the dream. Lad just picked up 100. Tries to get across. Shot across. Does not even get close. Ikigai slowed down. Beats Grenade. Now it's a 2v2 on the other end. Lad has to control it here. Loses to that 100 boost. Doesn't care. Takes the ball away. Ken Whiffey puts it back into the middle, looking for an infield pass. They might have just caught 2 of them trying to sneak downfield. And Vera again bailing them out. And for what it's worth, he only has 1 save, but it seems like he has 10. Vera trying to pre-jump in here. Both these teams are getting a little bit freestyle, trying to get it. And there's going to be an open miss. I don't think the Giraffes are slowly but surely getting there, but they're so used to somebody making that save, so when somebody whiffs it, it just throws them into disarray, because now the rotation's a little bit broken. Vera needs to control them here. Blue already up. Double commit here. Lad can actually hold on to this one for free, but right towards, I believe that's Ikigai, and it just seems like both teams are just kind of pushing it a little bit too fast when all they have to do is just look downfield just a little bit to get the goal.
Well, you can't blame them for trying to focus on power with how good both of them have been on fighting in the paint this game. That's an open lane. He wins the race. Vera gets it in. 2-minute 31-second overtime win. Look at this pass to Vera, who gets the demo, moves past one defender. The third is forced to race back to him, and that is just all clear look. That's the kind of thing that I think Double Commit was trying to prevent with those long clears.
Trying to prevent, and for what it's worth, it was a wall of defense from double commits, but when you only got Lad shooting the ball, that's what's gonna happen. But and for Giraffes, a high volume shot, out shooting them 14, I believe, yeah, 14-5. Only 2 goals to their name, but it's the 2 goals that counts that puts you up 2-0 in the series.
When Giraffes are in good form like they were in that game, they're giving me kind of nostalgic recollections of Klopp's Liverpool with the incredibly high press and the high volume of shots just battering at the goal, which is very funny because when we first walked in here, I thought Double Commit were going to be the ones who were incredibly aggressive and kind of spamming shots, and Giraffes would be more conservative and snipery. No such luck, 'cause Giraffes have been on fire tonight.
On fire indeed, and for what it's worth, it wasn't like double commits wasn't getting the offensive approach. They just would Burrito and Grenade just weren't putting it on at least off the crossbar so it could register. And then for Giraffes, there was a couple times they probably should have put it away even before overtime. But again, when a team makes about 30 saves and decides they want to whiff one on the goal line, and you're just like, well, then we just got to push them a little bit further. But heads up, play from Vera. Getting the demo is really difficult to get a demo. Keep your car with the momentum and still use that through the smoke screen and put it into the net itself. So we're gonna get
Yeah.
a kickoff here. Very basic kickoff right to the left wall. Lad's already up. Tried to get a pop off. Can't do it. Giraffes need to slow it down. Whiffey does so. Beats one. Gets an infield pass. Burrito steals it. Gonna go all the way back down. It's a race for the boost. Burrito's gonna try to go for the ball. Giraffes already under pressure, but they have a lot of boost, so they don't have to overdo it here. And that's what is going to happen. Vera's going to take it. Demo from Grenade. There could be an open shot if Blue can just get there in time. Lad how to dodge Ikigai and then get a save. And so far, 30 seconds in, both teams had their fair shots, but Giraffes did come up with the first shot of the game.
Yeah, and Vlad has been very good at getting his hand up, metaphorically and literally. Whiffey Jr. is playing third man here, so that this clear from Hannah. Is it going to get past him? Yes! Hannah beats the third man with a clean air carry. This was a great look.
It's a great look indeed, and you can kind of see, because in veteran, this is where that air dribble bump comes into play. Ken playing the mind games. Grenade said, "No, I'm just going to take it all the way over." And that's going to be the first goal and the first lead for double commits. Now we're going to see if they can hold on to it. Do they overcommit or do they shell back up? And it's going to be a pinch. If Vlad would have read that one, Vera might have been left for dead. Ikigai trying to help Vera. 2v1 now, 1v1. Whiffey has to put it to the corner and try to slow him down here. Try to get him out of here. I will say, K-Vox, as much as I love the offensive approach from Giraffes,
That was questionable. That's open.
Roll up. It's just both teams, they're getting aggressive to the point where you're wondering if somebody gets a little bit too aggressive, are they going to start getting punished for it? It just doesn't seem like that, as we can see from both double commits and Giraffes before them.
Yeah, that almost came back to bite double commits just there. There was a backward pass that led to almost an open net situation that Hannah had to really stretch and race to save. Whiffey Jr. gets the ball upwards, but that's straight to Burrito. There are two cars on goal. Bit of a commitment problem from Giraffe. Lad gets it. That's not quite open. Whiffey's there. Lad with the second touch. It's too wide. He dribbles it back in off the redirect.
Lad being able to finish these plays just like he did in the last game is what is keeping them alive. 2-0, and now if you're the Giraffes, you haven't trailed at all, and now you're trailing by 2 for the very first time in game number 3. Do you think this shoots their confidence a little?
It might. I'm really liking how much Lad can do on zero boost. He's got really good car control and recoveries and second touch ability, I'll put it. Follow through. for when he's low on boost or has none at all. A lot of people end up kind of helpless if they have no boost, but you can't ever rule him out. Right now, Ikigai is trying to keep him out of the equation. Vlad reaches for it. That's off the corner wall. Going to Hannah, who misses it. Burrito has an open look. It's wide. Hannah tried to follow up and get that tapped in. Can't quite do it. Vlad sends it. That's it. Bounced off Vera. Vera keeps it going. Burrito goes for it. Burrito whiffs. That is going over Hannah's car. Hannah bounces it off the wall. Vera forced to withdraw, forced to back up. And this is Ikigai's ball now. He sends it back to Ken. Ken does not have any boots, so this is a tough challenge. That's going downfield, though. Vera is sending it in. Burrito goes for it, takes the boost, tries to rob it from Giraffes, sends it back to Lad, but Whiffey, oh my goodness, I think Lad came out the better of that one.
So far, so good in terms of double commits, but there is one thing that I'm starting to notice about them. So before they used to, like, once they're about to hit the ball, they were flipped right into it. But Lad and Grenade are just kind of driving into it, hopefully getting soft 50 soft touches. And that one's going to be punished. Burrito and Grenade getting a little bit more help on the offensive approach. Everybody shoots, everybody scores. And Grenade going in circles because he's got a cycle.
That was a that was just a devolution of defensive discipline there. Vera was the only one left near goal after that double commit to attempt the transition play to steal the ball back, and had no boost to contest. Had to do a weak little jump that was just not able to do anything. And a lot of this is that double commit are stealing boost like it's going out of style. It's Black Friday for boost out here.
Got them on one, and Lad just somehow, and then Ikigai try to delete him, and it's almost like they're trying to, like, heat seek Lad out, but Lad is just a little bit quicker. That's going to be a whiff on the side. Double team pitch. Oh my goodness. Ken Whiffey, zero boost, reads it all the way. Big brain play right there. Balls up. Ikigai not fast enough. Lad is starting to slowly download Ikigai. It's almost like a 1v1 inside a threes game. Every time Ikigai goes for a pre-jump, Lad is there. Anytime Lad wants to touch the ball, Ikigai is there. Both teams now need to start trying to play around. Another whip. This one is unconventional for Lad. This could be free for Ken. No, Grenade slams it down. Then 40 seconds left. Giraffe, you can lose by 10 or you can lose by 1. They got to start throwing in everything, but so far they have no boost. Lad already waiting on the wall, looking for it. Has no boost, but beats 1. Is it going to be free for the double commits? No, knocked away. And 30 seconds left is slowly but surely becoming double commits momentum steal.
Yeah, Lad plays it off. Ken Whiffey very low on boost. Lad loses the 50. Burrito sends it in. That's pinched back towards goal. Hannah gets it fielded. That's going straight to Ikigai. Sorry, Vera bounces off the bar. There's Vera over there. Looking to get the boost, doesn't get it, gets the angle, but that's blocked by a defensive double commit from who else? Double commit, and this is going to be how double commit gets on the board. Burrito spikes it down and takes the third game.
Takes the third game and does it in fashion. The last 2 games, like I said, 1 goal difference, but this one was a statement. And maybe they're paying attention to the stream. They don't like their GM talking bad about it because everybody shoots, everybody scores. But Grenade stepping up in a huge way. Like I said, 1s across the board. But K-Vox has peaked to saves. They didn't have to make as many saves as last game. I think that's where they're starting to get their comfortability. We don't have to make 10 saves in a game. You get to see the net a little bit more.
A lot of this seems to be that, first off, they increased their aggression tremendously. Lad especially was just constantly creating and attacking and getting back on net when he had to. Hannah did a great job on that front as well. And I think a lot of this was just boost. Every time we were looking at Giraffes, when one of these goals came in and one of these serious scoring threats came in, it looked like there was a defender there who had very little or no boost. It seems to me like double commit has been starving them.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, Vera still being very solid on his touches. Like 34 touches. I think that's hard to do to estimate. I say he's averaging 40 touches a game. Keeping it nice and close. But like I said, when you're not winning that boost still, it gets a little bit harder there. But also on the demo side, they're about even. I wonder if the Giraffes are going to put their head down and start driving through their cars and just kind of deleting them off the pitch. Because if Lad's on the pitch, everything seems to go well. But we see if Lad is just 1 second too slow, He's out of the play. Double commit seemed to falter a bit.
I have not really seen much in the way of aggressive demo plays and physical contestation from Giraffes thus far. I wouldn't be surprised though if they do start isolating Lad more, because Lad has been doing a lot, and we were talking about how well he seems to play off the ball and with zero or very little boost. Right now he creates a dangerous threat, but the Whiffey Jr. scores that one away, scooters it away, gets it airborne. Who's going to win the race for that one? Nobody gets a hand on it, and Lad gets it off the wall, pinches it, that's sent right back to Hannah. She carries it forward. He carries it forward, gonna do a prowl now check. But right now, Burrito's got the ball. Whiffey Jr. has a look. Is it going in? Yes, thanks to the demo.
Thanks to the demo double down right where he was shooting to, just deletes him from the play. 1-0, and so far, like I said, the demo plays, that's probably going to be the best way for them to get out there. There's that demo on grenade. Vera trying to go out. Look, can't quite get the ground pitch. Lad gets there in time. Gets a 50 right over there. Orange half, forcing a double commit. This could be dangerous. Grenade puts it right at Ikigai. Already up is Burrito, slowing it down, slowing everybody down. Lad getting dusted, but not by much. Ikigai fakes it out. Grenade makes the save. Ikigai bumped around now. Orange is all in the blue half. One mistake could see a goal. Ball knocked over. Grenade free. One-on-one. Can he get back into the half? No. Ikigai would just knock it up in the air just to make sure to infield pass. No one's there. Burrito. One pass back. Lag gets beat. Stolen away by Ikigai. And so far, everything that the double commits are trying to dial up here is see. Uh-oh. Nope, it's going to be off here.
That's why.
Everything that double commits are doing, Giraffes seem to have an answer, whether it's just putting a hand up or closing down the gap and making it airtight.
It's very interesting because at this point in the last game, it seemed like double commit were very comfortable in their playstyle and were easily, or maybe not quite easily, but effectively shutting Giraffe down. Giraffes have been doing a much better job of getting the ball away from their third and getting it. Oh my goodness! That's stuck on the bar and the post. It misses Whiffey Jr. who goes for the redirect. Burrito's circling in. He can't get his second attack. Whiffey Jr. gets that. Vera's racing ahead. Ikigai's also going ahead. Lad takes the ball. Where is he going with it? That's a long shot off the corner wall. Whiffey gets the midfield center. Might have been a bad move. Hannah, thanks to 2 demos.
Maybe everybody's listening to our stream, K-Vox. Every time we said they need to do something, they're doing it. Lab turning off the ball coming, went demo hunting. Both teams using the demos to their advantage, 1-1. And like we're going to be racing towards a finish. Grenade, got to be careful. Ikigai is not the guy you want having this ball. Looks like it's going to be a put down. No! I don't know if the post saved it, but here's going to be a goal from Ikigai. Good turn from him and good pressure off the kickoff.
I think what happens here is Hannah gets caught up on the ball. Lad misses the contest. I don't think he expected Ikigai to drive through there along with Vera. And then Burrito is, of course, stuck behind Vera's car. So Ikigai just has an uncontested lane at probably the closest range I've ever seen in a serious match.
And Ikigai already up. Going to try to put another one on. Lad denies as usual. Ikigai misses that one. Now we got 2 orange in the corner, but he's hunting. Lad pops over 1. Grenade up. Going for a carry here. Can't beat one. Whiffey puts it off the corner. Burrito gets that one for free. Vera's got to be careful. Doesn't want to get beat on the bounce. Burrito looking. Gets the boost. Can he get the ball? No. Demo off the back from Ikigai. Grenade got to be careful. It gets dunked. But no one's going to be able to follow. That's going to be good for double commits. But that sidewall will be an orange player. Ball into the inside. Vera beat. Or Ikigai beat. Vera's going to try to get another pop-up, slow him down, make him waste their boost, or at least hesitate. Grenade tries to go up, another 50. And now we're seeing very basic 50s from Giraffes. They're not trying to overcommit with the 50s. They're not trying to just outright win it. But listen, killing 3 or 4 seconds every 50 will help them. And now it's going to help him get a goal. 3-1 bounce shot from Ikigai.
That bounce was absolutely wicked. You can see Hannah racing back onto back post. Ikigai uses the last of his boost. No one's really supporting Hannah there, so Hannah has to turn around and jump for it, but misses because they already used a lot of boost getting to back post in the first place.
Missing on, we got a flip reset. Vera trying to get back to it. Didn't get there in time. But it's going to be a 4th goal. Vera stalling just long enough for Whiffey to get a read on where this clear was going.
They're doing a lot of plays like this where they set up long, high clears that are meant for someone to either catch on the wall or smack down to another player. It's been very effective, but sometimes it causes these overcommitments, which are allowing double commits goals.
Allowing a lot of double cut. Lad putting one up. Oh, Vera getting a little bit cheeky, throwing it off the backboard. But Lad quick to cut, but no boost for Burrito. Nobody's gonna be able to get there. Bump on one. Oh no! Ikigai almost had a little bit of a reminiscence of game one from his teammate. Ball goes up. Ikigai, what good car control. Ball knocked all the way down. Lad looking for somebody. Can't find him. Burrito put into the back wall. Vera's already there. Lad trying to throw his entire life on the line. Vera's gonna get this one not for free. Burrito blocks it away. Another shot coming in. He got infield pass. Vera off the spoiler and going the opposite way. Grenade tossing into the corner. Giraffes don't have to do much. They just have to keep him out of the net. And speaking of not keeping him out of the net, Grenade says we still have life in this game.
Ikigai goes for the challenge here. Hannah has enough boost to get the second touch, and I don't think Vera had any to get the contest and follow up with Ken Whiffey, who's going in along the same path as the original shot. So that might be kind of the reason that defense fell apart. There are 30 seconds on the match, give or take a little hair. That's enough time for 2 goals, but it's getting short. It's getting tight. We're looking at soon the end of the series. Ken Whiffey Jr. goes for it. He misses it. That could have gone in. That should have gone in. That was bounced off his own teammate. How unfortunate.
Unfortunate indeed, and that will put the nail in the coffin. Los Burrito could put one in right here. It's just unfortunate. They did everything right, and so far, Giraffes will walk away with a 3-1. A well fought 3-1 too, but all 4 games being nice and solid. Now let's see if somebody can just pad stat here. Vera going for the Ken Burrito, not let him have it. Gonna put it up Ken Whiffy, just gonna get him a little fake there. And it will be 3-1 in terms of the Giraffes. A fantastic bounce back from game 3, not having any goals, and then paying them back with 4.
Yeah, they absolutely woke up and went on a tear in that last game. It seems almost like they weren't the same team in game 3, and then whatever happened there woke them right back up. Ikigai was just incredible at getting his team pointed in the right direction and keeping everybody's heads on swivels. And Vera was doing an awful lot too. Look at that sheer amount of saves and assists and the one demo. Everyone woke up the physical play. You were absolutely right about that. You called it. Everyone would start demoing more. Look at those across the board for all of Giraffes. But that was just an incredible awakening for the team.
Incredible awakening indeed. Like it's got to feel good because again, both team defenses were just so solid. And it's not because I love demos. It's just once somebody makes about 5 or 6 saves, you got to get them out of the net. And that's what the Giraffes were doing. Even if
Mhm.
they weren't hitting Lad, they were at least slowing somebody else down, forcing them to have to overextend on defense. But for what it's worth, like I said, double commits did their best. Like I said, they did get a game, so there's nothing out of there. But for Giraffe, that's going to bump them up a little bit in the standings. I saw a couple of their bet scores around. They surely should move them a little bit higher in that playoff standing, but they're not even halfway through, so there's a lot more to still go along. But K-Vox, we got to get to the big question here: who's your MVP?
I have to go with the one that we're calling in on the interview in any moment now, Ken Whiffey Jr., because even if the scoreboard didn't credit him very much, it seemed like he was involved in almost every play, either as a hub player or the finisher. When you factor in the shots, the demos, how often he was touching the ball, putting it in inconvenient places, rotating back, trying to cover Vera, who was often out of boost, it seemed like he was part of every play. And I'll let you get your MVP pick too, but we also have Ken Whiffey Jr. waiting to come into the interview room. So whenever you're ready and whenever Ken's ready.
Ken, the man of the hour. Like I said, it was close for me, but it definitely was Ken. Vera had a lot of good plays, but like I said, it's the work you do off the ball, and that's what kept the Giraffes together. But
It,
Ken, how are you feeling?
Personally, I'm feeling amazing. I have two teammates that can carry my horrendous offensive abilities. I was dinking and doinking every shot I was taking. I think I hit one, but I did hit a sick own goal, so that was always nice off the pre-flip. But I'm just my teammates are great. I think Vera played very good, even though I will give him crap still and tell him that he's bad and then I hate him.
So, what was the team's thought process after game 3? Because it seems like you adjusted very quickly to have a dominant fourth game.
Game 3, we just felt like we were just clanging the ball back and forth, but not clanging it to each other. We were just kind of smacking it to wherever we thought we could hit it. And at some point in between game 3 and game 4, we just said we'll just try to play a little bit more together. And mostly it was game 3. Double Commit did an excellent job of both starving us out on our half of boost as well as keeping possession in our like forward third. They played their game 3 was amazing. They kept me without boost for I think at least 5 minutes. That may have been I may have been without boost for 2 games. I don't know.
Did you have any specific game plan coming into this match day? Do you game plan for opponents in general at all?
I usually will game plan a little bit for opponents, just depending on if we were used to seeing them. Which, like for this team, we've played double commit. We scrimmed them twice last week,
Mhm.
so we kind of knew going in what their play style was going to be like, how they were going to play, how they wanted to play. And for us, I mean, we kind of have our own style that we like going. And with us having our new pickup in Ikigai, we got more demo heavy now, and we've just been trying to adjust to that play style. But we feel like we're going to be a decent team.
You're already a decent team with the way you were coordinating. Do you practice together often? Because it seems like we had a lot of team plays and connecting passing chains. And I just noticed a lot of plays where somebody would direct the ball high into the air and someone would come up and smack it back down for the third man.
Honestly, we haven't gotten to play as a trio a lot. This is Vera and I's second season together, though, so he and I
Mhm.
already have playing coming together. We can read each other pretty much like a book. And then Vera and Ikigai both play together outside of game days as well. Uh, we've just had other scheduling issues that have kept us from playing outside of match days, but we're gonna get some off season, or not some off season, some off day matches going, some off day scrims, just to really lock in the team plays because that's where we feel like we're going to be at our best.
That makes sense. And we're going to be wrapping up here very soon. So for the road, do you have anything to say to chat?
I was just going to say that as always, thank you to the Safari faithful. I always know that there's going to be 1,000 different copy pastas throwing in the chat. Some better than others, I will admit. And as always, what I have to say is happy birthday, Jazz!
Happy birthday indeed. I've been K-Vox. This is RSC. I've been here with Carnage. Thank you very much for turning out tonight for match day number 6, and have a good night.
We wanna